Hey friends, happy Monday. Happy beginning of the work week. I hope you all have had a great weekend. And if you are one of the lucky recipients of the time change this weekend, I hope it didn't throw you off too much. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please say hi in the comments below and tell me where you are watching from. I happen to be in central Kansas. It's been a nice sunny 70-degree day. I think we're getting an early spring. So again, tell me hi, tell me where you're watching from, and just tell me a little bit about the weather that you are having today. And as always, I am live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video there. If you click that link, that just allows StreamYard, which is my multi-streaming platform, that allows them to pin your profile name and pick to your comment. You can choose not to click the link. That's a-okay. Just know that your comment will show up as Facebook user. I'll still interact. I'll still say hi. I'll still answer any questions. I may not know who I'm interacting with, though. And as always, if you like this project and think that others should see it, or if you think that others should see what cool products these are, or if you just want to help out my channel, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that heart, thumbs up, or heart button, follow, subscribe, whichever, depending on whichever platform you're on. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. Phew. Well, now I'm gonna look over here and look at my comments. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and he says that it's convertible weather. Amen. So again, hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from, and I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera so you can see what we're working on. Let's just flip that around. And you may have to remind me to look at the camera. And actually, for this particular part, we're going to go that way. Sorry, I'm going to get a little bit of a drink. So I'm making a custom graphic tee for my one of my friends at church, a little sweet little gal that I've already made a shirt for, but she's requesting a long sleeve shirt. So we're going to use this Trust God and Chill transfer. It is a B size. It's one of our new transfers that came out with the spring line. And then I'm going to use kind of a hot mess technique. So we're going to use white. We're going to use, be careful because this one's leaking. This one's Regal. This one is discontinued. However, we're going to use Marvelous. And then we're going to use Couture Teal. Almost every project has Couture Teal in it because it's one of my favorite colors. But before we do any of that, there's a few things. First of all, let's write. So this is a silkscreen reusable transfer. It is adhesive backed, so it is reusable about 8 to 12 times. So I need to make sure that I return it to the right side of the carrier sheet when I'm finished with it and ready to store it away. So you either need to write the word back, or I usually just write the title. That way, when I'm ready, when I've cleaned it up with water, it's dry, it's ready to store away, I know that it goes on this side and that this side is the back side. And if I'm using more than one transfer, this particular transfer goes on this particular carrier sheet. Hello, Miss Margie. Welcome. She says she's tired from the time change and she needs to keep awake. Margie, what time zone are you in? Are you in? What time zone are you in? We're central here. I went like gangbusters on Saturday. I got a lot of projects not finished, but like progressed. And then I was going to finish them yesterday, and I literally sat on the couch from like 1 to 5 and I just dozed. Mostly slept, but kind of dozed. So, okay, so we got that taken care of. It's 8:40. So you're in the same, no, you're an hour ahead of us. Okay, so I've had a bad habit of putting shirts, inking shirts crooked. So I have always wanted to do this, but I never have taken the time to do this. So I'm going to try to find the center vertically and horizontally on this shirt. So I'm going to fold it, and you can kind of see it front ways. I'm going to fold it in half backwards. Let's see if I can manage to do this. Easier said than done, right? There's probably an easier way to do this. And I don't, I didn't get a very good crease. Again, easier said than done. That's good enough. That'll at least give me my, and I have my iron on. So I'm just going to put a slight crease to find the up and down center. I'm just going to leave that right there. And then I'm going to fold it from the armpits over and find that, and it's not perfect, but it's at least close. But again, it looks easier on TV. Just to kind of find a general guideline of where my center is going to be. Okay, so that's close. So I have a mark this way, and I have a mark this way. You may not be able to see it, and I kind of left little iron marks, but that's okay. So then let's put our ink mat in. And so I have a little hole up here, so it's going to help me line that. I can at least line it up with that hole and at least get it mostly centered. That'll help me center my design a little bit better. And it doesn't really matter if your ink mat is lined up or not, but so I put the ink mat in. It's going to help me, as you can see, keep my fabric taut, and it kind of helps get some of the wrinkles out. And then it's going to keep my ink from bleeding through to the back. Okay. And if you've been with me before, you know that usually when we get a new transfer, we fuzz it, which means I put it on a terry cloth towel to knock back some of the adhesive. But with ink projects, you want as much adhesive on the back side as you can get. So if you think that you're going to purchase a transfer and you have a pretty good idea that you want to do an ink project with it, I would highly suggest doing that project first before you put it on any other surface. That way, when you do your ink project, you have the most available adhesive as you can. So I'm just going to put this straight down on my, and actually before I do that, I'm going to find the center of my design. So I'm going to line up, this is easy because there's two T's. So I'm going to line up the ends of each of those T's by folding right sides together. And then I'm going to pinch with my left hand here. And that's going to give me a little tiny crease right there, and I can kind of use that along my center line that I made. And And that's pretty, I think that's pretty lined up. I've made some pretty wonky t-shirts over the last year. It used to not be a problem, but my aim must be off because I've had some t-shirts that went this way and it just didn't work. So I really want to burnish this good. And then I'm going to fold that side in. And I'm going to bring in my other ink mat. So we're going to use white. And we're going to use Marvelous. I'm just going to stack these up for right now. We're going to use teal. And you always want to have wipes available with your ink because you don't want to get any on your fingers and then get any on your project. And this one was leaking on me earlier. And so then we're going to use Regal, but again, this one is retired. So it's not available. So you could use like Berry if you wanted to. And so then we're also going to get at least 4 squeegees, and then I'm going to get a large one. So I'm going to put a little tray there. So this is going to be called the hot mess technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up my squeegee with ink. So I've got my, you guys can't see that very well. So let's pick this one. Oops, not that one. That one. Okay, so now you can see. I don't know why my colors are so blown out. Oh well, not a big deal. So I'm just going to put lots of splotches of color, of this particular color, on my t-shirt. Let's just, and then we'll get the next. This one's kind of thick, but you do have a little bit more dry time with the ink than you do the paste. So if you've ever done a project with paste and you've struggled with your paste drying, you shouldn't have that issue with ink. I'm just going to put that back in. I'm going to try to keep my squeegee separate. So we're coming with blobs. Of that. Try to get some more of that off. And then we'll come in with Regal. And I'm only using this because my friend likes purple. Actually, I'm going to pick a smaller squeegee just so I can get into some of those crevices. Some of those smaller spots a little easier. Put a little more up there. So you might be saying this is definitely looking like a hot mess. I need to be careful not to slop it all over the t-shirt. Okay, so let's see what we have. So I'm going to bring in a larger squeegee and get a paper towel, because I will not be saving the paste that comes off. It's probably all going to end up just purple. And I need to be mindful of my edges still. Dip just a tiny bit because I don't have a whole lot up there. And so I'm just kind of mixing, making sure I get everything covered. You want to try to manipulate it as little as you can. That way you don't end up mixing the colors. And here's hoping I got everything covered. Okay, so you want to make sure you check your fingers again. And move those to the side. Because if I touch this part of my t-shirt when I hold it down and I have ink on my fingers, I will transfer that ink to my shirt. So let's pull it off slowly. That way I can touch up any parts I might have missed. And this is a very distressed design, so it may look like I missed some spots, but I didn't. Woohoo! Super simple. So then I'll just take this over to my sink and wash it with water. When I'm finished, so let's lay that over there. Regal may not have been the best choice on this black shirt, but it's not terrible. Jason says it looks great. Love the hot mess look. It's super simple, and it's especially for the effect that it gives. I'm just going to put my lid on those real quick so I don't end up with a mess. Throw that out. Okay, just going to see if I could lift it up for you so you can see it a little closer. The Regal looks better in the camera than it does on the actual shirt, but it still shows up. So now I'm going to see if I can dry it some so that we can heat set it. So I have my embossing tool, which gives off hot heat. So I'm going to see if we can get it somewhat dry. Actually, let's take my ink mat out. This is usually the hardest thing to do because they're usually super sticky. So I'm going to put some parchment paper in there just in case some of my ink ran through. And let's see if we can get this dry. And while we're drying it, we can go through some of the specials. And refresh my memory, if any of you guys watched this project, did I heat set this on the live? I can't remember. I don't remember. I have slept since then. The only thing that would have made this cuter would have been some sparkle. We do have silver, copper, and gold shimmer inks, but white would have been really pretty. Silver would have looked good too. But she had specific colors that she wanted, so that's what I went with. So while I'm drying this, let's go over the new Perks member program. This launched on the 5th. So it's a loyalty program for customers. So for $20 monthly, your Perks member benefits include $20 in product credits monthly, and those are good for 30 days. So for $20, you get $20. You get to shop retail prices at 30% off all of the time. You have access to exclusive promotions and specials. And you also get to be added to the Couture Design Studio page, which is a great place for inspiration and ideas. So the teal benefits are what I'm personally offering. So 15% off any purchases from my personal Couture product boutique, and then 10% off of registration fee for any Robin's A Blue Creations craft event. And so then here's kind of a little bit of a comparison between the Club Couture program, the Perks member program, and being a designer. And let me tell you, if that Perks membership would have been available when I first started out, that's probably what I would have chosen. However, I have built a small team and I love my team, so it has been a great way to earn a little extra money. The cool thing about the Perks program is you have no monthly or quarterly minimum. You don't have to sell products, and you don't have to build a team. So if you're like me and your wish list was way bigger than your wallet, then that Perks program is perfect. Hey, Miss Kim, let me take this off and I'll show you. We made a Hot Mess t-shirt. So I took, I used the ink. So we used Couture Teal, Regal, and my apologies, this color is not available anymore. White, and oh no, this one's peony. And I just splattered it all over the transfer, and then I kind of blended them together for that hot mess technique. So it's kind of what our transfer ended up looking like. And then this is, let me hold it up. Try not to get random ink all over. Here, let's put this underneath. So I'm just trying to dry it a little bit so maybe we can heat seal or heat set it. So that's kind of what the hot mess technique looks like. Some others might call it marbling. So I'm just trying to get it dry a little bit. It actually feels pretty good. I normally like to let my t-shirts, it's a little sticky, dry overnight. Kim says she loves it and it's pretty. Thank you. So while we were drying it, we were just going over some of the new Perks member benefits. So it's perfect for those customers who like to buy product, maybe to make their own finished goods to sell, but you've always wanted to get a discount, but you had no desire to be a designer and build a team or have monthly quotas, which even as a designer, there are no more monthly quotas unless you have a team, but that's beside the point. So that's who the Perks membership is perfect for. Kind of, if you think about it like Prime, you pay a fee and your perks are that you're supposed to get things in 2 days. And actually, some prices are a little cheaper when you get it through Prime, because I have an Amazon account and it's not Prime. So I'll look at things on my account, but then for fun, or if I want to get it faster, I'll go to my husband's Prime account, and I actually have something like $4 or $5 cheaper through Prime. So you can kind of think of it as Couture's Prime membership, but they call it the Perks membership. Hello, Miss Bonita. I hope she's okay with me calling her out. I have my group pulled up on my phone. Thank you. This is one of the new transfers that came out with the spring line. There's quite a few faith-based transfers, and there are so many that are perfect for t-shirts. In fact, let's just kind of let this cool off a little bit, and I can go through. So these are some of my newer transfers. I try to keep them in this one so I know that I haven't used them yet. So I just kind of wanted to show you real quick. So we have the Trust God and Chill that I used. This one is cute. It would be cute on a t-shirt, especially if you like, sorry, it's going to glare, faith-based items. The Be Still and Know. If you're kind of snarky, Don't Be a Lady, Be a Legend. This one is, it can either say Be Salty or Stay Salty. And then this one I think is cute. It can either be Maybe Today Satan or Not Today Satan. Trying to think. And I think this one might be in the, I don't know if this one's still available. I've got a big heart, but this mouth would make a perfect t-shirt. This one would be really pretty, the sun rays. This is one of this patterned sunshine, especially if you like mixed media. There's all sorts of different textures and patterns. This one, well, that one, oh, this one is one of the more popular ones this so far. And I think it's funny. More issues than Vogue. It makes a really cute t-shirt. Somebody did it on a black t-shirt and just did it all silver. It was very striking. And then this one is super cute too. So you have this bear and he has interchangeable sunglasses. So it can either be Mama Bear. So you put the Mama there. There's Papa and Nana. And then you have like a mini me t-shirt. So this one says Baby Bear. But, you know, like the Mama Bear. Super cute. So I think that's all of the, well, it's not all of the new ones, but that's the new ones that I have. So and then I have another order that's kind of lost in the mail. So we'll see if that one comes in. I think that has a few more. So it feels pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and heat set this one. I don't think this piece of parchment paper is big enough. Nope. Do I have another one? No, we'll just use it. So let me pull up the heat setting instructions. So when you heat set, you can use a home iron set on the fabric setting of the t-shirt or piece of apparel that you're heat setting, and use small circular motions. I wouldn't do it for 4 minutes per side. You're going to scorch whatever you're working on. So I need to change that. If you have a heat press or an easy press, you want to set that to 305 degrees, and then you press for 30 seconds, and you need to use a piece of parchment paper as a barrier. So let's take that off. So I have an easy press, but I'm not going to use it for this. So I have just my handy dandy little $13 travel iron from Walmart. And I'm just going to gently kind of rub it across this portion of the t-shirt for just a bit. And you'll be able to feel like this side is still kind of tacky, sticky, but this side is smooth and feels almost like it's now part of the t-shirt. So you'll be able to tell when your ink is heat set. Got a humpy bumpy. It's still a little tacky. Hello, Miss Ashley. That's better. Okay, so now let's get too much paraphernalia over here. Now let's flip it over, flip it inside out. I'm like all thumbs. There's a big old. Okay, so now I want to put the parchment paper on the inside, just in case part of my design still isn't heat set. I don't want it to go on the back side. See, you can see how much came through the back. If I wouldn't have had that sticky mat in there, I'm just going to use a paper towel. If I wouldn't have had that sticky mat in there, it would have bled through onto the back. Oh, Ashley says she switched to the public. Well, I have my phone as kind of a cheat. I have my group pulled up on my phone so I can see who's on. No worries. And this way I can heat set the back side of that ink that came through. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Okay. And just like that, in 36 minutes, we have made a shirt. And again, I normally like to let my ink projects sit overnight just to make sure they're totally dry, but I also like to show you what they look like. So here's what, this was the hot mess that we did. We used white, peony, Couture teal, and Regal. Sadly, Regal is not available anymore as an ink color. But you could mix colors and make that color very easily. And this was the hot mess technique. It feels pretty good. So yeah. Let me come back over here and I'll hold it up this way. Super cute. I think my friend at church is gonna love that shirt. So I'm looking to host a DIY graphic t-shirt workshop here in Salina, probably the end of March or early April. Hope I didn't just get it stuck in the so kind of be looking for that. It'll either be here at my house or we may try to do it at Cuts and Curls again. I have to get with the owner and see if she's willing to host us again, but if not, I'll just do it at my house. But it was nice not having to clean my house. Jason says he loves the shirt and that my friend will love it. Ashley says so cute. I'm looking over here at my screen. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. When I did the cart link for this video, the color of the month, which is called Bite Me, it's a shimmer candy apple red. It was still available, so customers can unlock that with a $75 order. And so your retail pricing would be $16. Perks members can purchase it for $11.20 after they unlock it, and designers can pay $9.60 after they unlock it with a $45 value or with the $45 order. I also want to remind you that the winter clearance sale is still going on. There's lots of retired transfers that are 50 to 70% off, so be checking that out. If you go to chalkcouture.com/Robin's Egg Blue Creations, go to the shop tab and then go to the specials tab, and you can see all of those. The Club Couture transfer is still available, and you can see the pricing for that down at the bottom. And then Transfer Palooza is going on. So for every 3 transfers you buy, you get 1 free. So buy 3 transfers, get 1 free. Buy 6 transfers, get 2 free. Buy 9 transfers, get 3 free, etc., etc. And we talked about the Perks member program. So think of it as Amazon Prime only for Chalk Couture. So you pay a monthly premium, but then you get that premium back in $20 worth of product credits. You also get to shop at 30% off. And then those teal benefits are personally from me. Those are not from Chalk Couture. And then all Perks members are eligible to purchase the Perks pack for the month. It is $160 worth of product for $59. So you can take advantage of that. Let's go back to my comments. If anybody has any questions. And let me show you this is what, we did the club project maybe a couple weeks ago. So this was the butterfly. Again, we did the hot mess on that. And that was Couture teal, shimmer gold, and meadow. I believe. And then I just made a cute little tassel for that. Okie doke. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the evening. Woohoo, that was actually a quick project. I just love t-shirts. They're super cute. So fun to make tees. So I made my apron. It says Queen of Everything. Just it's fun to make aprons and t-shirts and tea towels and all sorts of fun things. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the night. I'll be live again on Wednesday with another project. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this evening. And if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind spreading the craft love all over the place, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps new people possibly see my channel. I'd like to get to 1,000 followers this year. I think I'm at 700 and something. So I would greatly appreciate your help in getting and growing my Facebook page and my YouTube and my Instagram. So I thank you for that. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thanks for watching and have a great week. See you in my next crafty video.